But it, I guess it's just like it's a group of people, group of dudes doing it, but they paying out.
We're coming to gambling shit.
That gambling shit.
That boy got slides.
Big power. This the app. This the app. Yeah. A shit told me that if you gon' take over the music
Shit sound nothing.
Cash money, I hold the hood down cause I'm a G environment. If that K drops out, he's about it. Nigga Troy got the tongue, he got the handgun. Hot boy driver, nigga we on one. Lace with the purple with the twin cent handgun. Double clip, one shot it with extra on the streets is watching. The feds and the popos, cause Jesus jockin', got that mo poppin', fuck the popo soppin'. Hit a second on the rock, she rockin', cause this game keep poppin'. We stashing bricks in project closet, nigga the hood is tough. Bandana sideways for my nigga got hit up, so we splitting up and we gon' ride. Going to the funeral high, same day, homie Barry, same day, dude dying. That's that project life, that's that project shit.
Good afternoon, good evening, coming live from the A&B Crab Shack. Man, it's your boy Cone here with another one. Man, we send our condolences and our special prayers to Dante Wright and his family for the loss of him, man, due to negligence of police officers who don't value black people's lives or even think that we're human. You know, it's sad to say that we live in a country in a time that human lives don't mean anything, even though we have black on black in our own community. But it's even worse when people who are held to a higher standard, people who are held to a different kind of regard and a different responsibility than us, you know, they can abuse their authority, they can abuse their power, they can do what they want to do because they're in a position that, you know, most of us wouldn't want to be in. I never wanted to be a cop. Even when I played cops and robbers, I never wanted to be a police officer. I think police officers are bitches and busters and pussies. That's just how I feel. It's my opinion. You know, I've never met a good cop that actually gave a fuck, who stood up for us, for the injustice. Anytime one of us get killed, they all stand together. But what we need to start doing and realizing as a people, we need to come together and form like Voltron and the Transformers and make an Optimus Prime and a motherfucking Grand Voltron, because it's sad that we still having these same issues and here it is 2021. I lost my little cousin Trayvon Martin back in 2012. I was living down in Daytona at the time when he was in Sanford. Never even knew that he was my biological cousin because my dad, he's been deceased since '83. And I met his side of the family in 2009. But not to get off the subject, but yeah, here it is. We still having to deal with these type of issues and these problems. And it's sad to say that, you know, no one in upper government is willing to get a hold of the situation and try to change the narrative. You know, I have a 19-year-old son. I had to talk to my son and tell him what to do and what not to do when it came to the police. And I don't love or respect or have no ounce of sympathy for the police at all on no form of government, Secret Service, federal, state, local, none of them. They get no respect from me because they didn't do nothing all my life but harass me, harass people like us, come in our neighborhoods and dictate what we do, tell us what we need to do, how we need to be. And they never was around black people. They never hung out with us. They never took time to build bonds with our families and see where we come from and look at us as people. Now, not saying that all white people are racist and not saying that all white people ain't bad, but you got a gang of them. They was taught this shit. They believe this shit. This was instilled in them from their family, their parents. This shit is just how that shit go. And it's sad that we still living in a day and time where I can't even like, do anything because I think the police might fuck with me. Like, that's fucked up. Like, white people don't have to sit their kids down and have conversations with them at 10, 11, and 12, and 15, and 13, and 20 and 25, even 30 and 40, because that's just the way it is. It's a fear. They're trying to instill fear in us, but then I'm wrong if I say we need to kill all the police. I don't give a fuck who listens. I feel that way. If we start banging them, this shit'll change. Cause blood on the street always change shit. Don't anybody pay attention when you ever see history about wars and shit like that? When blood was on the street, shit changed. They came from England to take this bitch over, and these motherfuckers overthrew the government because they was like, they ain't with that shit. And this is what our country was founded on, rebellion. So why the fuck we don't rebel? Why the fuck we don't get out here and do this shit? Like, stop being scared to lose money, or scared to lose your job, or scared to lose your life. You gotta live for something, because you dying anyway. They got the right to throw us in jail, put a charge, fake us all kind of shit, and throw us in jail and run this so they can get granted off of our prison time, off our labor in them prisons. And then they don't make it no worse because the conditions is horrible in there too. I said 2 years in Duval County pretrial detention facility on a fake charge because a pussy ass prosecutor mad because I didn't want to join the dark side and get down with they bullshit in the games they playing. Because they expected niggas to come in there and tell on each other or take time just because 25 years to life mandatory minimum is what I'm facing. And then you put a new charge on me that I ain't even commit. I ain't commit the first one. But they put another one on me just to put me back in jail. You abuse your authority and abuse your power. And then it's like, when they get caught in scandals and shit like that, they want everybody to forgive them and apologize and shit. But they won't apologize to the families of these victims of these people who lost their lives. They having a trial in the same fucking area where George Floyd got killed. Now they actually got another situation with this young man getting murdered. Because he didn't get, it wasn't no, they charged over second degree manslaughter. If it was any of us that's regular civilians, man, they gave us first degree capital murder, all kind of shit. But it's sad that they can pull guns on us and think we supposed to be calm and cool and collected because we don't know whoever got that finger behind that hand on that holster and hand on that handle that gun and that trigger don't know, and you look in their eyes, they gonna pull that bitch or not. And we gotta realize and understand people are not fucking citizens of this place, man. We were property. We were slaves back in the day. They got laws on the book from the 1700s and the 1800s that still is in effect right now as we living in 2021. And it wasn't meant for us. It was meant for white men and white people. Let's be clear on that, people. We are not, they gave us a little leeway to make a little money, to become a millionaire here and there, or, you know what I'm saying, close to being a billionaire. And they gave us a little leeway to date white women when it was a fucking crime to date white women. A crime. Niggas was getting hung for whistling and looking at a white Emmett Till. Look what happened to him. He ain't even whistle at the lady. But he did. And hung and killed, beat that boy, a child. Like, they don't even look at us as our kids as children. They look at our kids as a threat. That boy ain't threatening nobody. Handsome young man. When they showed that man in that casket, his mama wanted the people to see what they did to her son. But then we got punk ass parents too. They scared. They don't know what to do. Like, y'all got to excuse my mannerisms and my anger, but I got a 19 and a 6-year-old son, man. I'm afraid for them. Cause nobody couldn't come to me and tell me something happened to my child. Fuck no. Nobody. Ain't no way nobody could come to me and tell me my son, this what happened to my child. Man, y'all be doing an interview from the penitentiary, a death row, or shit. They'll have a mural for my ass. But that's just the real shit. We property, folks. We property. We are property. When them people allegedly had the slave trade, which original Aborigine people, the indigenous people that was here, that they stole and all that shit, do your research. Like, we was property. That's like me walking outside telling a car, what to do. A car telling me how they feel and they not gonna take us somewhere today. Or we in a house say it's time for y'all to go. Property don't have no voice and property don't have no soul. They have no opinion and it doesn't matter. So what do you expect for them people to look at us as people when we was property from day one? Just even though we in a whole nother generation and we in a whole nother century of life, we still consider property to these people. Why you think when they roll up on us, they talk so negative and nasty to us and try to treat us like we ain't nothing more than what we are to them? I seen the video of the officer who pepper sprayed the military dude. I ain't never want to join no military. I thought they was idiots and assholes for joining that shit. Cause them people, they have it worse than some of us. They come back getting shot at, bombs getting blown up around them, friends getting killed, platoons getting hurt, friends, like people they was in war with dying and shit. And these people come back home and all they get is a little bullshit welcome home party and be homeless on the street asking you for $1 with their military jacket on from way back in the 60s and shit. That's not no way to be treat nobody. So if for that man to get in charge and for that officer to treat that man like he wasn't shit, pepper sprayed him, told him, the man said, I'm in fear for my life, and that man said, you should be. And then the people that I'm supposed to sit here and be trustworthy to, then we got a government who they don't give a fuck. We running around here acting like, cause we got Kamala Harris in office that, that's a great day for black this and black. Man, that lady was locking black men up in California, man. Locking them up. Prosecutor, bamming niggas. Bamming them. But I'm supposed to be happy because she in office. I'm supposed to be happy because Joe Biden the president. Why? Joe Biden was on the Senate committee floor in 1987, giving that generational gap by sending all these men and brothers and uncles and dads and cousins and granddaddies to prison. The agenda. That's what they wanted. And he fought for that. He pushed that. He argued by that. Go look at Google. Go look back in time. When I watched the 13th Amendment on Netflix, it changed my whole view on everything when it comes to America. I don't even want to live here anymore, to be honest. Because if this is the type of shit that niggas gonna have to deal with as a people, why are we spending our money with this place? Why are we sitting here trying to do this and do that when they don't care nothing about us? They'll let us build ourselves up to tear us down. I'm fighting a case all because I was a successful young black man. But here in Duval County or anywhere in Florida or anywhere in the world, if you black and successful, you a drug dealer. If you black and successful, you got to be a robber. It's a scam, or you done took something from somebody, or you did something illegal to gain these monetary things. When a white person can walk up to the motherfucking dealership and go get a Benz and ride around with the windows down, with the music blasting and all that shit, and they don't look at that as, that's criminal. We just got to realize, man, this place ain't for us, man. We need to create our own community, create our own country. Shit, why not? Shit, them crackers did it. They can do it. We can do it. They came over here and took over some shit and told England, we ain't paying y'all shit. Get that shit like draft. But that being said, I'm out. Fuck the police.
Project marriage, project money, project wisdom, project right, project hits off the platter, motherfucker. Next battle, motherfucker. No matter, we gon' put it in batter. Flour caked and baked SQ6, young money time to carry. Okay, I'm back, this is your pilot, neighborhood pilot, shop pilot, you know what I'm saying? Yo, one, baby, blow one, smoke one, shoot straight to the back. T-Street, keep flying this motherfucker.